Not even for 50 cents do we need a bag of babies. Mile 337 on the Secondhand Highway finds us in Georgetown, Texas. I'm always shocked and surprised at how different, yet the same, thrift stores are no matter where we travel. Of course, our first stop is the exception to this rule. It was set up in an old house, each room decorated like that room would be in a house. Like the dining room had furniture, the kitchen had all the kitchen items, but there weren't any clothes, so we didn't get anything here. But look at that stunning wedding gown. Isn't it gorgeous? While maybe not the typical thrift store, it sure was full of pretty, gorgeous things. Here we are at Goodwill. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that seniors are considered heroes because it was Heroes Day and I got 30% off, which was much appreciated. Tony actually snagged our first find of the day, this gorgeous vintage beaded sweater. It's so lovely. What I mean about them being the same wherever you travel. They all have clothes, hard goods, shoes. Most of them have way more women's clothes than men's clothes. Often wonder why that is. I think it may be because women change out their outfits more often than men. Women's blazers are my favorite. Here I find a new-to-me brand blazer that I had never seen before, but I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video. Okay, the only other Assistance League thrift stop I've been to is in Albuquerque, and I broke their cash register, so let's see what I can do in here. Well, this Assistance League shop didn't compare to the one in Albuquerque. For one, it's about a quarter of the size. However, it was still full of beautiful things. Like other thrift stores, it had the furniture, the clothing, the books, the hard goods, all the things. The main difference between thrift stores I have found is the pricing. Even on the clearance racks, it can widely differ. One of my favorite finds at this thrift store was this gorgeous Eileen Fisher 100% wool cardigan. Our next stop was the Caring Place, and it did differ in many ways from other thrift stores. First, it had a boutique section that was completely separate from the rest of the thrift store. You had to go in and shop it separately, you paid separately. So I went and checked it out while Tony checked out the rest of the store. The But then again, you see the same that you do in other thrift stores. The clothes, the hard goods, just like I've said. Let's see if we can find Tony. Oh, I see him. There he is. He's been busy. He's got a shopping cart full. One other fun difference at this store is they had a bin section that was fill a bag. Unfortunately, it was closed on the day that we were there. Our next stop was the Operation Liberty Hill thrift store. I like what I call the mom and pop type stores. I like the fact that they support the local community efforts. This one supported the local food bank. This thrift store was small but mighty. It had a lot of fun things. Their pricing on their clothing was a little difficult to understand. Some things were marked with zip ties of a certain color, and I don't know, it was just different. But then again, that's what it's about. And again, here, like most thrift stores, there was way more women's clothes than men's. I do not need a bag of babies. Let me see them again. No, not even for 50 cents do we need a bag of babies. Okay. Our next stop was the Hill Country Community Ministries thrift store. Again, another mom and pop type that supports the local community. It had all sorts of fun stuff as well. Their pricing was a little higher than what I'd seen in the other ones so far, but it was still a fun place to visit. But the pattern remains. Clothing, hard goods, shoes. This one even had bicycles. Our last stop of the day was another Goodwill, this one in Leander instead of Georgetown. And again, a 30% discount for seniors. You gotta love being old. Y'all, I spotted that shirt the minute we walked in the door. It's cool, but it didn't get to come home with me this time. And again, Tony found another great find. The designer Jean Ewing had a line called Jean Ewing VIS. She made workwear clothing for office corporate women she was a designer from the 70s to the 90s, but really popular in the late 80s and early 90s. I found a stash of these at a garage sale one time, and they do really, really well. I was so excited to find it. We're back at the hotel. It's time to pack everything up out of the blue IKEA bags that I carry into the blue zipper bags that I pack in my car, because they pack and stack evenly. It took us a hot minute, but we got it all packed away. We found some real treasures today. It was a fun trip to Georgetown and Leander.
Okay, we left home this morning. We drove to Georgetown. We hit 7 thrift stores. We had a great dinner at, Gold Diner's Burgers, which was delicious. It's in an old apartment store that's made into a diner that was yummy. Found so many great things. I'm just gonna tell you about my favorite one today was this blazer, because it's a brand that I had never heard of, and I'm probably gonna screw up the name of it, but it is Prey Ball Gurung. Okay, there are, when you put in that name and blazers in eBay, there are 12 listed, 2 sold, but they sold for $75 and $99, so I think it was a good pickup. We'll see. So that was the end of today in Georgetown, which was so much fun. Next week we'll be in Austin. It's going to be the Battle of the Bends, the North Bends versus the South Bend. But right now we're back in our hotel room and we are completely out of steam, but we have one minor equipment malfunction that we have to figure out. I wear my GoPro on a lanyard, magnetic lanyard, and it's adjustable. And today, driving down the road between stores, the little button popped off at the back, and I thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to wear my camera. That's not the problem. I can't adjust it to take it off. So this may be my new everyday, all the time necklace. See you down the road.